to be her so bad. Oh God, Amber Rose said that Beyonce want to be her so bad because she said that she was copying her speech from the Trump rally. No, seriously. In all seriousness, they both said in their speeches that they're mothers and they care about the world that their kids are gonna grow up in. They didn't even say it the same way. And Amber Rose is only saying this about Beyonce because she knows she's not gonna respond. She wouldn't piss on Shorty if she was on fire. At this point, Amber just grasping at straws to stay relevant. Because to compare yourself to Queen Bee.
Amber Rose said, Beyonce wanna be me so bad, literally stole my whole speech. Now, Amber Rose gave a speech at the Republican National Convention that went really well, but the black community, definitely didn't like her doing it and thought it was disingenuous and it was a money grab. Beyonce did a speech for Kamala Harris endorsing her yesterday, and it went extremely well. And Amber Rose feels like her speech sounded very similar to Beyonce's speech. Now, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I seriously doubt Amber Rose wrote a word of her speech and that Beyonce wrote a word of her speech, right? I remember people gave Melania Trump a lot of flack saying that her speech emulated Michelle Obama's speech, so this kind of reminds me of that randomly. But yeah, Amber Rose is kind of clout chasing. She commented this on the Shade Room under some post of Beyonce doing this speech. I don't know if the comment said woo child, Beyonce killed. You know how Shade Room, the words they use. But I don't know exactly what happened to make her think this was a good idea, but it probably is getting her a lot of coverage. And whoever is less aware of Amber is more aware of her now. And Amber's promoting her YouTube channel, her endorsing Donald Trump, amongst other things. So I'm sure this is helping her somehow, but it looks kind of crazy. And she's in the comment section that's pretty volatile. It's the Shade Room, and most people are not going to agree with her. She knows this, though. She's been famous for a while. But what do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the comment section and follow me for more content like this.
So after Beyonce gave her speech at Kamala Harris's Texas rally, Amber Rose feels like Beyonce wants to be her so bad. Now, Amber Rose toy, why would Beyonce want to be a license plate four-headed dirty tennis ball? You have a barcode on your forehead, a walking self-checkout. What does Beyonce have to check you out for? I really sat here and tried to think, what would Beyonce really want to be Amber Rose for, by any means? And the only thing I could think of is if her kids ever wanted to watch Caillou. Amber, Salamander, you don't even want to be you. Let's be honest. So to think that Beyonce Milli Vanilli'd your whole speech when your whole life has literally been Milli Vanilli is insane. Vanilla extract. This is what Amber said in her speech.
My name is Amber Rose. I'm a model and entrepreneur. Thank you. But most importantly, I'm a mother. My whole world revolves around providing for my children, keeping them safe, and giving them an opportunity for a better life.
Got it. Okay, so cool. She's a mother like no other. Now here's Beyonce's.
We are at the precipice of an incredible shift, the brink of history. I'm not here as a celebrity. I'm not here as a politician. I'm here as a mother. A mother who cares deeply about the world my children and all of our children live in.
So Amber, what you're saying is that you're the only person that can say that you're a mother. Is it because she doesn't have Blue Ivy, Sir, and Rumi tattooed across her forehead? The ink is bleeding through your forehead to your brain. Listen here, Pinky in the brain. Please, hang it up flat screen. We don't have time for this. Beyonce would never want to be a boiled egg with a scrambled egg mind who omelet everybody in the industry hit. She would never. Goodbye, Amber. Get off Beyonce internet. Boo, tomato, tomato. Boo.
I don't really have the mental, physical, or emotional capacity to go back and forth with y'all about this, but I'm just going to say this. As people are all up in arms about the fact that Beyonce is going to be seen with Kamala, this is going to be bad for Kamala considering all the stuff around Beyonce. Beyonce is being held responsible, even though her career has been scandal-free, for the actions of Sean Combs. And Kamala Harris is in a virtual tie with Donald Trump. Both sick men who have been accused of egregious things, and these two black women are being held accountable and responsible for things that have nothing to do with them. The main critique against Kamala Harris is she doesn't answer questions good enough. While she's running against Donald Trump, what are we talking about? And Sean Combs videoed himself doing the very things that y'all are now going to take. No accountability for Sean Combs. We're not even talking about him anymore. We're now applying it to Beyonce. The problem is misogynoir. It's anti-black, it's anti-woman, it's misogynoir. Y'all hate black women. I wish I would just say that. I wish I would just admit that you hate black women. Because the fact that these two black women who are going to be on stage together, and I'm excited about them being on stage together, they're even in the spots they're in is because of the fact that y'all hate black women, but you do not hold men to the same account, black or white. So, I'm not finna go back and forth with y'all about this, but it's misogynoir. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Claiming that Beyonce want to be you is delusional. Amber Rose is delusional. As y'all know, Beyonce gave a speech last night at the Kamala Harris rally endorsing Vice President Harris for the presidency. In Beyonce's speech, she brought up some critical points. This election comes down to a couple of things. Our families. Beyonce talked about how important it was for her to be there as a mother and her capacity as a mother to give her speech. We know that there are some people who want to put in policies that aren't the best for our families, our future. Beyonce talked about having a future for her kids in this country where this is a wholesome country, where something that we can be proud of. She talked about our freedoms. There's no reason that the government should be controlling what women and women's body. The government has no right telling a woman what she can and cannot do. Beyonce made some great points, and we know that Beyonce is a trendsetter. Beyonce is Beyonce, and that this election is critically important. So all I'm saying is get your people out to vote, get people to vote. Don't be like Amber Rose. Don't be delusional. That's it.
Amber Rose, Amber, thank you for that laugh. Thank you for that laugh, because I know that was a joke. I know that you did not seriously get on your laptop, get on your computer, get on your phone, and type in that Beyonce wants to be you so bad just because she gave a speech at the Kamala Harris rally last night. I know if somebody came up to me right now and they said, name 5 Beyonce albums, otherwise I'm going to steal your wallet, I would say self-titled Beyonce. I would say 4. I would say Dangerous in Love. I would say Cowboy Carter. I would say Renaissance, just to throw in an extra. If somebody said, name 5 Amber Rose albums or I'm going to steal your wallet, I would say, let me go ahead and get my bag and hand you my wallet. Let me go. The most famous thing about Beyonce is that she's Beyonce. The most famous thing about Amber Rose is that you dated Kanye West. Like, the most famous thing about you is about somebody else. That's crazy. Now, granted, I didn't watch your RNC speech, and neither did most of America, baby. The numbers were low, and I can't be bothered to watch it, and I won't watch it. So, granted, I don't know what was said. But for you to think that Beyonce, for some reason, watched your speech, or her team watched your speech and said, she ain't with that. Delusional. Thank you for that.
I don't even know what's more funny, the fact that she said it to get it under your skin, or the fact that you are laughing and it's not even funny and you're pretending to laugh. I don't even know what's worse, your laugh or her saying that Beyonce wants to be her. I mean, it's good to be delusional. I think Beyonce laughed herself and just went about her business. She was like, what did she say? And it go about her business. I like, hello. Anyway, so interesting to look at things. And I know people's gonna ask me, why are you reacting now? Because I can. And I just did. Now what? I didn't have time to react on it by the time it came out, and I was like, okay, now is the time. Now what? And if you didn't think about that, now thank you for coming to my YouTube channel, my YouTube video. Mwah, and I'll see you to the next one.